Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here at AMC Town Square, where I and not Mr. James Shue are here to review the new comedy Stuber. We have Kumail Nanjiani, who really blew up after his film, I believe 2 years ago now, The Big Sick, a rom-com really kind of based off of the relationship with his wife, and Dave Bautista, obviously, who came from the WWE, rose himself up through the ranks, starred in some not so great films, and then, you know, really kind of won America's and the world's heart, playing the lovable character from Guardians of the Galaxy, Drax. But now, Stuber, we have this buddy cop movie that kind of surrounds the idea that Dave Bautista is this monster of a man. He's an animal, he's a cop, he's a tough guy, but for some reason, well, the reason seems to be is that he getting eye surgery, he can't drive, so he needs to call an Uber. But, of course he can't have a big tough guy, he has to have a small, kind of nerdy counterpart, Kumail Nanjiani. It seems very similar to what they did with The Rock and Kevin Hart in Central Intelligence, but here circumstances are a bit different, but same kind of concept. Two opposites working together to defeat a bad guy, just making jokes along the way. I honestly thought Stuber was going to be one of the rougher experiences of the year so far, and I have to say, it wasn't the worst ride I've ever been on. I think Kumail Nanjiani and Dave Bautista do manage to gather up some chemistry. I don't think there's much of a story there going on. I don't think there's much of a plot. Of course, there's the cop mystery going on in between all of this that's not really interesting or engaging. You just kind of really want to hang in the car with Dave Bautista and Kumail Nanjiani, and that's when the movie is at its best. But even at its best, it's not a five-star ride, if you will. I will say that a lot of the issues also come down to just, I think, editing, and me and even Mr. Wong was kind of pointing out that there was a lot of technical issues in the movie. That first sequence, we're in a hotel, there's a big action beat. It's really terribly shot, it's hard to follow. Everything kind of seems like it's coming in late. Everything just seems to be off tempo. As far as action beats, this movie really doesn't have anything to look at. You're really just kind of banking on the idea that you like Dave Bautista and Kumail together, but they tell the jokes we've all told. There's nothing really new here. But because those are two actors and not comedians, but two people we've seen and fall in love with on screen, that we don't mind spending the hour and a half with them. Overall, I think it's a movie that's very forgettable. I don't think it's a movie we'll be talking about anytime soon. But I think if you are a fan of either of these men, then you should come out and check it out. But if you're not and you're holding yourself for next week, what could be one of the biggest movie-going experiences, I want you to join us here next week at AMC Town Square for The Lion King. It's going to be huge. I want you to text Mr. James Shue to reserve your tickets because they are going so quick, it's unbelievable. You need to comment below. We're running out of space, but I want you to join us because it is going to be something epic, and I want to be here with all of my friends when we watch. Getting emotional even thinking about it. Join us next week for The Lion King. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, ChasingCinema.com is the film lover's website.